So I want to hear from you. Where did you see a celebrity in an odd place? Michelle in Tucson. Who did you see?
I saw Luke Perry. I used to work at a Blockbuster in Tempe, Arizona, and it was a big deal that his girlfriend lived in town, and he made an appearance every once in a while. And sure enough, on a busy Saturday night, he was perusing the new release wall, and my manager, standing right in front of me, checked him out, and I handed him his videos. And he's really as short as everybody says he is. Because
Luke Perry's short?
He's tiny.
He's really short. I'm 5'7", and he's smaller than I am.
He's skinny, too. He's really skinny.
Was he renting movies that he was in?
You know what? I don't even know what he had rented because my manager wouldn't let anybody talk to him except for himself.
It's Luke Perry. Was this in the height? Was it in the height of 90210, or was this like last week?
It was right towards the tail end of it because that was probably like 96 or 97.
Oh, man, I wish I knew what he rented. I want to see what his new release taste is.
Wait, didn't you say you handed him his movies?
I handed them to him, but I didn't check him out. So, I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh my gosh, Luke Perry is totally standing in front of me, because I'm 18 years old. And I'm handing him his videos. I have no idea what he rented.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle.
Random celebrity sightings. It's almost like the bigger celebrity in the most low-key place seems to fit the best.
Oh, just like Jared here. Jared in Colorado Springs. Who did you see where?
Yeah, I saw, if you guys remember, Ben Seaver. His name is Jeremy Miller from Growing Pains, shopping at a Ross in Las Vegas.
Nice, Ross.
That is right up my alley. I would
Dress
go
for
nuts
less.
to see Ben Seaver.
Hey, seriously, because you're going to be in Ross at some point. There's no way. There's no way. But you would have gone mental.
Oh,
That's
my
totally up John Jay's alley.
I love Growing Pains. Did you talk to him, dude?
Yeah, I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, you're Ben Seaver?" And he looks at me and says, "It's actually Jeremy." And I knew then. And then a buddy of mine started ragging him for. He used to do the McDonald's commercials, dollar menunaire.
Oh, yeah.
So my buddy rags him a little bit, and he kind of walks away from us with a scowl on his face. And that was about that.
That's what he gets, man. Because if you're going to say, hey, you're Ben Seaver, it's actually Jeremy. Get over yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. You're Ben Seaver.
Nobody
Embrace
knows
that.
you as anything but Ben Seaver.
Yeah. Thanks, Jared. Shell
thank you, guys.
in Glendale. What celebrity did you see in a weird place?
I saw Johnny Depp in a tiny diner in Utah.
I believe that. I
Wow.
can totally believe that.
He's totally that kind of dude. He's just like so chill and was talking to people and stuff. It was so weird. But it's like when you're somewhere and you like see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, you kind of look at them for a minute. You're like, I know you, but I don't know how I know you. And then you're like, oh my God, that's Johnny Depp.
Was he dressed like Captain Jack Sparrow?
Of course he was.
I like the waffles. You're Captain Jack Sparrow. Wow. Oh, what year was this?
It was like last year. It was at the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, so there's a lot of celebrities there.
That place is like loaded with little celebrities like that, and they're just so like down to earth, and I don't know. It's just weird to see people like out of their element.
I saw Johnny Depp walking down the street in Los Angeles at the height of 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
I did. And I freaked out.
Not quite Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, but I knew. I mean, I was a big fan. I was trying to be Johnny Depp, and he was walking. I was staring face to face with my icon, and he had I'll never forget. He had like a green army jacket, and he had his 21 Jump Street hair, and he had an earring. And I was with my mom, and we were facing, crossing each other, and we made eye contact. And it was almost like his spirit went into me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it never left.
I remember. Well, I remember it was yesterday. Thanks, Shell.
Thanks.
Lewis in Tucson. Who'd you see where?
Stephen Baldwin at Just for Feed in Tucson.
I saw Stephen Baldwin at Trader Joe's in Tucson.
But what's funny is that you would expect, he came up and he asked our manager, you know what? Obviously he just wanted the store closed down for himself, pretty much. So they closed the store down for about maybe 45 minutes. And you would have thought that he would have bought a good amount of, stuff. He ended up buying just a few pairs of shoes. He was dressed in the raggediest stuff you could imagine, like cut-off jeans and, a little muscle shirt. And, everybody went up to him, took pictures and stuff and autographs. But, I never expected to see Stephen Baldwin at a Just for Feet,
Yeah, but when was this in the height of Young Writers or something? Like, why would Stephen Baldwin ask to have Just for Feet shut down?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Like, what was he doing?
Who does he think he is?
When was he so famous that he has to shut that down?
I don't know. He was there with a lot of people, and then he went up to one of the employees, and then he asked to speak with the manager, and then he went to speak with the manager, and then the manager came down and told everybody that we were going to close the store down for about 45 minutes.
I wonder if he just wanted to see if he could do it.
That's
Like
so
if him and his
stupid.
friends had a bet, like, I bet you're Stephen Baldwin. I bet
Haven't
you
we
can't
done
even
that?
get a Just for Feet to shut down for you.
I think maybe Stephen Baldwin was with the Better Business Bureau, and what he was saying was, I need to shut down this Just for Feet because you guys aren't doing good business. I work for the Better Business Bureau now.
Haven't we done that with Obi? Haven't we
Yes.
called the Circle K and asked them to shut down because Obi wants to shop there?
Yes.
I don't
Well, I mean,
understand
you
what
know,
you're saying. This is a business.
And, everybody thought he was gonna spend money there. Everybody was all excited. Okay, what, Stephen Baldwin's the only guy.
We're
in
all
here.
rich.
And nothing happened. He did spend money, but not what you would expect coming from a celebrity.
Gotcha. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. Kira in Scottsdale, who'd you see where?
Yes, Matthew McConaughey in Tucson.
What was he doing?
Ooh.
He was drinking at a dive bar.
I believe that. I
Yeah,
totally believe
totally.
that. That doesn't seem like that's out of character for him.
How
Not at
long ago
all.
was this?
I would say it was like 3 years ago.
It's probably at a Texas game.
Hey, do you remember I
Yeah.
saw the kid from Spy Kids
Yeah.
at a pizza joint in Pine Top, Arizona?
Which
I was
one?
at this pizza joint. I was like, I swear to God, that's a kid from Spy Kids right there. And I came on the next day. I was like, oh my God, I saw the guy from Spy Kids.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Spencer Breslin.
Of all
That's-
kid from Spy Kids, Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey drinking in a dive bar because he's following around his football team. Not hard to believe at all.
No.
Hey, Mitch in Chandler. What famous person you seen in Odd Place?
I saw Ice-T in a Journeys for Kids back when I was working there in 02. Him and his wife Coco came in.
Oh, nice. Totally cool. Thanks,
That's
man.
kind of cool.
Shelby in Peoria.
Scott Whalen in a chapel in Pasadena, California.
Sorry, who did you see?
Scott Whalen,
Or Scott
back in
Weiland?
the day from Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be in a chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely does. He was sitting in the front row. I went with my ex-boyfriend to his brother's wedding, and apparently Scott and the bride had grown up together and were good friends. So he was there for the wedding and followed through to the reception and the whole bit.
Cool.
Thanks, Shelby. Devin in Phoenix. Who did you see where?
I saw David Spade at the skate park.
When he was a kid?
No, he was just skating on a longboard at the skate park.
Sweet.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Yeah. He's...
I believe that too.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Hey, let's go to Patrick on line 13. Patrick, who did you see where?
I saw Harrison Ford in Jackson Hole, Wyoming in 1992.
Ooh, 1992. Boy, man, I
It
was
was at a
freaked.
donut shop, and I was just sitting down talking to my wife, and I could hear this voice next to me, and I said, "That's Harrison Ford." I look over, and there's this guy with a mangly beard, and I tried to get my wife's attention and tell him it was Harrison Ford, and she didn't believe me. And then donut holes came flying our direction, and he had his 2 little kids with him, and they were throwing donut holes, having a little mini food fight there, and he's apologizing to us and stuff. And then he gets up and leaves, and the waitress comes over and goes, "Hey, did you know that was Harrison Ford?" And we're like, "Cool." So
Dude,
That's
okay.
cool. That's it's a Fugitive then.
Yeah.
Well, it's 1992. Fugitive came out like in 93, so he had to be
Right.
shooting. He was probably filming that when he had that big old beard. Boy, that's awesome.
exactly what the waitress told us. She goes, "He's just filming a movie called The Fugitive. It's coming out later, and he has to keep the beard a little bit longer in case he has to go back and reshoot and
How
stuff."
does the donut lady know all this
I
stuff?
know.
What is she
Yeah.
turning into IMDb for?
Yeah, he has a home there, and I guess he comes in all the time.
Yo, that's where he lives. That's like his main residence is there. I would die to see Harrison Ford. I would
That'd be-
die.
I would die.
I've seen him. I saw him at a in Fort Worth, Texas. I was at some place called the Flying Saucer drinking beer, and everybody's like, "Hey, Harrison Ford's upstairs having beers with some girl." I guess his kid was going to college somewhere around there, one
Yeah.
of his kids. So I went up and just looked at him for a while. Didn't talk to him, just looked at him, went back downstairs.
That's really creepy.
My wife dated a guy before me. She dated this guy before me for. In fact, she should be married to the guy. She dated the guy for like 7 years. They're madly in love. They should be together. I hear about it every day. And he was best friends with Harrison Ford's son named Ben Ford, and they went to USC together. My wife was dating a guy from USC, and all I could are you friends with Ben? Can you call Ben? Get Ben to, he's a chef somewhere. He's like a famous chef, and Blake knows the guy. Like, come on. I so want to be friends with Harrison Ford's son.
Yeah, of course.
That would be awesme.
Yeah.
Remember when your dad outran that big boulder?
Yeah, that's all I was talking about. What are you making today? Well, we're going to make some special souffle. Really? Remember when the guy pulled the knife out and your dad got the gun and shot him? Remember?
That was cool.
That's awesome.
What about when you know what's funny when you
Is
talk
it real?
about
You guys driving on vacation? He's like, "Come on, Chewie, we need to get this thing to light speed."
yeah. Remember when your dad said he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs? Anyway, have you ever been to Bestman? All right, dude. Thanks, man.